Bitcoin hovering right around 91,000 today, rebounding after falling a bit over the weekend. Here with more, we've got Yahoo Finance's Josh Lipton with a closer look at the digital currency's performance and what we can expect in the months ahead, as all eyes are on the Trump administration now.
That is correct, Brad. In the run-up to the election, remember, strategists emphasized which sectors they thought could benefit from a Trump win, including financials, traditional energy, and yes, crypto, and for good reason. After all, Trump positioned himself as a friend of crypto, making a range of pledges like appointing a crypto presidential advisory council, establishing a Bitcoin strategic reserve, and firing SEC Chair Gary Gensler, viewed as an industry antagonist. And remember, it wasn't just Trump. Ohio elected pro-crypto candidate Bernie Moreno to the Senate as well. Yahoo Finance spoke with leaders in the industry to see what they think Trump should now emphasize. They quickly called out that Bitcoin strategic reserve as a priority.
And so I think when it comes to the United States, yes, holding the Bitcoin that we already have is kind of a no-brainer, but buying it is also very, very important. There is a global race for Bitcoin going on right now. And whether you are a local, state, or federal government official, you should be figuring out how to get as much Bitcoin onto the balance sheet as possible. This is not like gold where we can just go dig up more of it out of the ground. This is not like other assets that can be created out of thin air. There's only 21 million. And on the off chance that Bitcoin ends up actually fulfilling the promise of Bitcoin, we're going to want to hold as much of it as possible.
So will those, in fact, be Trump's priorities? Now we wait and see. But investors, they aren't waiting around. The price action in Bitcoin has been headline making. There has been a lot of excitement following Trump's victory. It started making record highs shortly after that win, now jumping around 30% since the election on November 5th. So how much room is there still left to run here? Well, the team at Bespoke Investment Group says it looks very overbought here. Now, usually you would expect to then see a reversion to the mean, but in the case of Bitcoin, strength often begets strength, they say. In other words, its strongest returns have actually often followed periods when it traded at its most overbought levels. Brad, back to you.
You know, it's remarkable, especially in the reserve front, because the United States, in terms of government entities, already owns the most Bitcoin as of right now. So adding on to its strategic reserve would be a major play. And there also might be some geopolitical considerations to that too, as any country around the world tries to figure out what it needs to stockpile in its own cryptocurrency holdings. But United States holding somewhere in excess of about 208,000, according to BitcoinTreasuries.net right now.
Yeah, whether you just hold or whether you add to that, that'll be a big issue. Also, changing personnel. I mean, Trump made some big announcement, including no fan of SEC Chair Gensler. So what could shifting personnel mean as well? Will be something everybody's going to be watching.
Great breakdown, as always. Josh Lipton joining us here. You can catch Josh later on for Market Domination and the OT.